Welcome, everyone, to New York Sports Day TV. I am Joe McDonald, coming to you live from the U.S. Open American Express Fan Experience. I'm joined today with the New York Beacon's Jazz Johnson and Lloyd Carroll of the Queen's Chronicle. And we're going to be talking some tennis with you, some football, some baseball, all this fun stuff in the world of sports over the next 10 minutes. So the first thing, and I guess the big thing, is today the rain and how that's going to affect the U.S. Open. So, Darrel, what do you think of the rain?
Well, thankfully, there are places like this, the U.S. Open American Express Fan Experience. This place is packed right now with plenty of people out there enjoying the many festivities that they have here. The Heineken Red Star Lounge, I believe it's called, is packed right now. We passed by the line going outside. So thankfully, the U.S. Open has enough activity for you to enjoy during a rain delay such as today. And, we've been in a delay for probably 3 hours now, I would say.
Oh, yeah, this has been pretty bad. Driving in today, it was literally driving right into it. There was no drizzle of rain. It just started pouring. And it was right as I'm pulling in, so obviously I got soaking wet. But, now all dried off in the U.S. Open American Express Fan Experience, so everything's working fine. And, Lloyd, what do you think of what's going to happen with the draw over the next day or so? Is it going to push everything back?
Well, I get the feeling that it may be delayed. We've seen matches at like 4 in the morning in this place, so I have a feeling that they'll get everything in time. I have to admit, I kind of like the rain a bit. Darrel's right. It's a chance for people to enjoy other parts, not just tennis. There's a lot here, particularly that Bobby Riggs, Billie Jean King exhibit down on the first floor here at the American Express Fan Experience. There's something good. I mean, nobody comes here to want 3 hours of rain, but a little rain delay isn't so terrible. And I actually, to be honest, I have mixed emotions about the idea of a roof. I know it's coming, but it doesn't mean that I really want it.
Well, that's great. But we're looking at, then let's go back to yesterday. And we had the big match of Sloane Stephens against Serena Williams. Now, I know you watched the whole match. And it looked like Sloane played a good game. But Serena just was much better.
Absolutely. For the first 8 games, that match lived up to its hype. Serena was up 4-2, was up a break. Sloane got the break back, tied it at 4, and then Serena just took her game to another level. Ended up winning 8 of the last 9 games to close out the first set 6-4, win the second set, and the match 6-1. And let's be honest, and Sloane reiterated this, and we've said the same thing. When Serena Williams is playing her best, there's no one that can beat her on the women's tour right now. And Serena Williams played phenomenally. Only 13 unforced errors through the match, which is phenomenal. I don't know if we'll see her play that error-free a game for the rest of the tournament, and she could still win her second straight U.S. Open Women's Championship without even playing as well as she did yesterday. But I thought it was a phenomenal match to see Sloane Stephens. I think for many people who might have been seeing Sloane Stephens play for the first time, they see the potential that she has at 20 years old, and they know that she's going to be on that stage with a chance to get to the quarterfinals, the semifinals, and finals, and actually win Grand Slam tournaments of her own in the near future.
Well, that's, looking at now today's match, and I guess now looking forward, the big thing is going to be Rafael, Nadal, and Roger Federer, who have not got together here at the U.S. Open because they're always 1 and 2, and one thing led to another, and one was always knocked out before the second one. So that's if everything goes to Hoyle, which we don't know with the rain. And they play today, and they both win with, I believe Rafa's playing Cole Schreiber, and I forget who Federer is playing, but let's say they both win. What happens in the next, on Wednesday when this match happens? What's your prediction?
My prediction is ESPN will make sure that match takes place in prime time. People forget Nadal was not here last year, so there's a little bit of rust here. Federer is always a cool customer. I think Nadal would win in 4, if you're asking my gut feel on this. But I just want to get back to what Sloane Stephens. I was very impressed with her poise after the match in the interview room 1. We had a little fun talking business. You seemed to get a kick out of it when I mentioned that Nike beat Under Armour. And then she started talking about Jack's soccer partner, who, by the way, we can see back here, American Express. So she was very proud of her endorsement deals here and seemed to take it in good stride. She understands it's a business. She understands she'll be back. And even Serena was taken back when as soon as she walked in the room, I said, Nike beats Under Armour. She goes, wow, you're right.
Well, now let's move along. Let's talk football, okay? And let's talk Jets. Prediction for the season.
They're not going to be good. I'm a Jet fan, been a Jet fan since the days of the New York Sack Exchange. Not going to be as bad as the 1-in-15 year. You know, I would say 5 or 6 wins for the team. We don't know who's going to be the starter. It's looking like it's going to be Geno Smith. I don't think Geno Smith is ready for the starting quarterback job. But because of the ineptitude of the New York Jets coaching staff and having Mark Sanchez play in front of a backup offensive line in the 4th quarter of a meaningless preseason game, doesn't appear that Mark Sanchez will be an option at the starting quarterback position this weekend. So Geno Smith is kind of being tossed into that role. We'll see if he does enough to stay there or if Mark Sanchez gets the starting job back once he's healthy. I would say 5 or 6 wins, though. This season is all about the development of the younger players, the Stephen Hills, the Cobles, the Geno Smiths, in hopes of the Jets turning back into a Super Bowl contender.
I thought you just said Jets Super Bowl contender. That's like an oxymoron.
In the near future.
That's an oxymoron. Near future.
They were a couple of years ago.
Okay.
Well, here's my predictions. Now, we all know that the Super Bowl is taking place at the Jets' home, the Giants' home, MetLife Stadium, February 2nd, 2014. On February 2nd, 2014, the Jets will be playing Madden 14. I guarantee that. No, I think next year the biggest free agent we're going to see is going to be Rex Ryan after the Jets fire him. We don't know. Will it be ESPN? Will it be CBS? Will it be Fox Sports 1? Who is going to win the Rex Ryan sweepstakes?
Oh, definitely. He's not going to go back into coaching because I don't think anyone would want him as a head coach. He might be a defensive coordinator somewhere, but he's made for television, so that's definitely the case. And as I made the prediction the other day, I'm looking at 2 or 3 wins with the Jets, so this is not going to be a good season. Move along with the other Meadowlands team, the New York Giants. I'm going to give that prediction right now. I'm saying they're going to end up at 11-5 on the season. They win the division. They go to the playoffs, and Eli gets hot, and they will be the first team ever to play a Super Bowl in their home stadium.
You know, I understand that prediction because over the last 5 or so years, the New York Giants have either won the Super Bowl or not made the playoffs. So going with either one of those is a good option to go with. I'm going to go with 9-7 and missing the playoffs. They have Eli, proven winner. I'm not sure if their pass rush will be what it was when they won their 2 Super Bowls in recent history. I'm also not sure about the running game. So I think the Giants are going to struggle this season. They play in a tough division. They have a tough schedule this year. I see the Giants finishing at 9-7 and just outside of the playoffs.
And now you, Lloyd.
Well, I never like to bet against Elisha Manning or Thomas Coughlin, but you know, the ironic part of this is, Joe, this is one time when the New York City Convention and Visitors Bureau, New York City and Company, and the hotel industry does not want the local teams in. By getting 2 out-of-town teams into the Super Bowl, that's going to help business a lot more than having 1 or 2, both the local teams in. So I got to go with follow the money trail. Therefore, I don't see the Giants making it to the Super Bowl, but I do see them making the playoffs. I think that's a fair point.
All right, final thoughts. Darrel?
Looking forward to seeing if Serena can win her her second championship in a row. At this point, I think you would be a fool not to predict Serena Williams to win the match. At the same time, 2 years ago, she went into a finals against Samantha Stosur on a roll and lost. She very easily could have lost the match in the finals last year. She was down 3-5 to Victoria Azarenka in the third set and came back to win the last 4 games. So going to be interesting if we see another Vika-Serena matchup in the finals and if Serena can come out with 2 in a row.
To me, the big story of the U.S. Open is the fact there aren't any American men left. Here it's a Labor Day. You can't find American men playing on the courts there. This is horrible for business. Even the Bryan brothers yesterday addressed the fact that tennis tournaments are leaving the United States. Not the biggies, but Los Angeles, San Jose. You don't see any golf tournaments leaving the United States to go overseas. That's because the American men stink. And if they don't start winning, this sport is in trouble.
But I'll put some final thoughts on the New York Mets today. Sitting here in the rain delay, sitting in the U.S. Open Media Center, I was unfortunate to watch the Mets playing the Atlanta Braves. They had Daisuke Matsusaka pitching. The game started at 1:10. 4 innings, 2 hours. It's unwatchable baseball. They need to now just say this has not worked. They signed Aaron Harang today. Bring him up. Knock Daisuke out. Say good luck to you. Do what you need to do, but we don't need this. We don't need unwatchable baseball anymore. We need our kids to play, get some excitement going into 2014. So I'm Joe McDonald for Darrel Johnson and Lloyd Carroll. This is New York Sports Day TV. Thanking you once again, and we'll be back later in the week for another episode.